Welcome to my Learning Technologies personal history. Hi, I'm Carolyn. This is Digital Me, and this is the real me. I'm a third grade teacher in a K-5 elementary building in a suburban Ohio district. This is my 25th year teaching, so my history with learning technologies goes way back. Okay, maybe not that far back, but it does start before many of my classmates were born. It began at Bowling Green State University in the early 90s with this gem. At that time, computers were pretty much used only by computer science majors. I went to college with a word processor, folks. It wasn't until partway through my program that we were able to access computer labs for writing papers. In the beginning of my teaching career, our schools had computer labs, where there was usually one computer for every 2 students, and the computer lab was shared with the whole school. Teachers would have to sign up weeks in advance to get to use the lab with their class. If you were really lucky, you had a computer lab once a week as part of your specials rotation with art, music, gym, and library. In the classroom, the extent of learning technologies was a listening center for students to be able to listen to a book read on tape. Yes, an audio cassette with an accompanying book so that students can follow along. After a couple of years, every classroom had 4 computers that could be used at any time. We soon had laptop carts, essentially mobile computer labs, that could be checked out for projects and lessons. Again, these were in high demand and shared among the entire school. We even had a technology teacher who would come to our classrooms and teach lessons to our students. It was at this point that the role of the classroom teacher began to change. As we started using technology more and more with our students, and teachers became more tech-savvy themselves, we saw it as a way to involve our families as well. I built a class website, I shared how I'd be using technology with the students, and the parents had a place where they could go to find classroom information. We looked for ways that we could use technology for more than word processing and game playing. One year, my grade level used grant money to buy iPod Touches that could be used for research, listening to podcasts, recording podcasts, taking photos of their work, and creating video projects. We also got document cameras that would allow students to share their work with a larger audience instead of just a small group in front of them. We turned a corner when our district went the route of one-to-one devices and purchased an iPad for every student to use while in school. With this technology came many apps for reading, writing, math, creation, and communication. Technology was truly a tool for learning. And then the pandemic hit in the spring of 2020. We really had to step up our learning technology game. The iPads were the only way we could deliver our lessons. Technology was the tool for teaching and learning. It was a completely different experience to be a teacher delivering lessons 100% digitally. My basement became my classroom. I was teaching in my backyard. I could no longer rely on whiteboards and chart paper. I had to shift to a delivery method that would be accessible to all students. For those of us already comfortable with using technology in our teaching and having those tools in place, the transition was much easier than those who had been using technology occasionally and for special projects. I had always loved learning new technologies and integrating them into my teaching, so this was a natural progression for me. I actually really enjoyed teaching online, so when I was asked to teach in the online academy at the start of the next year, I was thrilled. It gave me a chance to immerse myself in technology as the major learning tool for my students. I learned so much about myself as a teacher and as a learner. I discovered how technology can be used to support and enhance learning. But at the end of that year, things began to settle back to normal, and there wasn't enough enrollment to keep it going, so I was back in the classroom. Teaching online was probably the most seminal experience in my future work with learning technologies. What I brought with me back to the classroom was incredibly valuable. I learned how I can share learning with my students through a variety of technologies. Learning technologies allowed for a personalized learning experience through differentiated instruction, access to learning anywhere, anytime, flexibility, deeper learning opportunities, peer and teacher feedback, and student-driven learning. I now use technology and learning on a daily basis through research, presentations, communication, practice, shared learning experiences, and resources to enhance learning. My greatest influences have been my teaching teams, the technology specialists I've worked with, and the learning opportunities that have been offered by my school district. Technology isn't perfect. There are going to be times when the technology just doesn't work, or when a tool you've come to rely on is either no longer available or has been made too expensive to use. There's little to be done but to be patient and look for another way through it.